Hello there, and welcome back to another episode of me talking about things that I find on the internet. Normally in my videos I point out how funny things are or just how awkward or weird something is that I find, but today I'm going to be dropping nothing but knowledge on you guys, just straight up hardcore facts. Even though some of these facts aren't really facts or even true, and they might seem like they were written by somebody who's either in like 4th grade or English just isn't their first language. And these facts kind of just leave you hanging. Like they don't really give you any information. They just kind of give you a small little piece of something and then leave all the unanswered questions unanswered. And you're just left confused. Like for instance, this one. During the late 1800s, a baboon was employed by the railroad. I mean, it doesn't really look like a baboon. I'm sure that's not the real picture, of course, late 1800s. I'm sure that they did not have a color picture that looked that good. As a signalman, he never once made a mistake and worked for the railroad until his death. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do with this information other than just feel sad that this monkey got a first-hand taste of working for a company that just uses you until you die. He probably didn't even get like a pension or benefits or anything. This right here is probably the main reason why monkeys just quit evolving. They watched all the other monkeys who have evolved work themselves without any recognition, basically until they die. I mean, why wouldn't they want to leave their trees and bananas to live that life? This fact says, a man was once declared dead for 14 minutes but ended up surviving. To celebrate his survival, he bought a scratcher card and won a $25,000 car. When a news agency asked him to reenact the scratch card moment, he bought another card and won a $250,000 jackpot. You're telling me is to improve my luck, all I have to do is die for 14 minutes? Because I could probably find a way to make that happen. Also, how do you consider being declared dead and coming back surviving? Technically, he didn't survive. They just revived him. Surviving is when you almost die. This guy was just flat out dead for 14 minutes. A statue of homeless Jesus sleeping on a bench was installed in Orlando, where the homeless are banned from sleeping on benches. Okay, I get it. There's a park, and you have people that want to go visit the park, and they want to be able to sit on the benches, and there's probably homeless people sleeping on them, and they complain to the city, and they installed homeless Jesus to take care of the problem. Now, instead of people just complaining and police showing up and just shooing the homeless people away, now you have a permanently unusable bench that nobody can even sit on. Maybe one person can sit on that. They're going to have to sit by Jesus's stinky, smelly, homeless feet now. This one's a riddle, and it says, what am I? It's shorter than the rest, but when you're happy, you raise it like it's the best. I know what my answer would be. I can't really think of anything that I raise when I'm happy. I'm thinking that the real answer is probably your thumb. But I don't know anybody who just sits there when they're happy and walks around with their thumb up, especially pretending like it's the best, like they have the best thumb in the whole world. I don't know anybody who would do that. Let's check out the comments because I want to see what other people were saying because they don't give you an answer on this. So let's just see what they're saying. Yep. Who's going to tell this guy he's wrong? I mean, maybe he's raising it like it's the best. I'm not going to tell him he's wrong. Did you know Bill Gates said that he always gets the laziest person to do the hardest job because they'll find the easiest way to do it? The laziest person might find an easy way to do a hard job, but in the grand scheme of things, a lazy person will also probably take 10 years to do like a 1-year job, like a job that should have only taken like 12 months to do. It could take them like twice as long. If I knew that this was true, I should have applied for Microsoft years ago because there's nobody can outbeat my laziness. Actually, I'm pretty sure he probably wouldn't hire me because I'm not like the lazy person that eventually does something. More like the lazy person that just doesn't do it. Did you know the average male spends nearly 43 minutes a day staring at 10 different women? See, this is a fact that leaves me with so many questions. Does he stare at like different women for a total of 43 minutes a day? Or does he stare at each different woman for 43 minutes at a time? Because if there's 8 women that he comes across, that's a whole day worth of staring. Or maybe this is just a sneaky way of saying that men spend 43 minutes a day watching porn. That probably makes more sense, actually. This one's actually pretty depressing. In South Korea, there's a day called Black Day on April 14th. during which single people eat noodles and lament their loneliness. This is in opposition to Valentine's Day and White Day, the days for couples. So single people need a whole day to feel lonely when they don't feel bad enough and lonely enough on Valentine's Day and whatever the hell White Day is anyways. And I'm pretty sure that lonely people have enough time to lament on Valentine's Day without needing their own day to do it all over again. I don't know, this just seems depressing to me. Maybe the noodles help, but I'm not down for this idea. Now that we got you sad and lonely, now we're gonna start dropping some scary facts on you. In deep sleep, you often see your dead relative, friend, in your dream. It means his soul is actually in your room right now trying to contact you. His soul is not in the rest and roaming around you, because according to experts, it's impossible to see a dead person if he's in rest. Now, if you see, you know. This is another one that kind of just leaves you with more questions than answers. Like, his soul is not in the rest and roaming around you, but he's in your room around. Like, what's the difference between being in the rest and roaming around you compared to just roaming around you in your room trying to contact you? Also, who are these experts? And how do they know you can't see a dead person if he's in rest? Also, like, what do I do? If I see my dead relative and I know that they're not in the rest and roaming, like, do I just see them? Like, what am I supposed to do with this information? Like, I know now, but is it going to be like the Sixth Sense where I have to do like these little tedious tasks to try and get them to rest? People who are genuinely happy in their relationship usually don't post about it on social media. Studies show that someone who's always gushing about their partner on Facebook is tied to how insecure they are in their relationship, while those who are more secure spend more time enjoying their relationships instead of trying to convince other people and themselves how happy they are. I feel like the person who made this fact is actually just someone who probably broke up with their boyfriend and girlfriend and got really sick and tired of seeing all of their friends just posting about how happy they were in their relationships. And they're like, you know what, you guys aren't happy. And they just made up this random fact and anonymously posted it on Facebook and Instagram so they could see it and try and make themselves feel better, I guess. If a person sleeps a lot, then she is sad. Like, it's not even a question here. Like, there's not even like they might be sad, they might be depressed. Maybe they have a vitamin B deficiency. Maybe they're just tired, like normal people do when they sleep. Maybe they're just tired. Like a construction worker works 5 days in a row digging trenches, and he's home all day Saturday and Sunday, just wore out and just sleeps the whole time. Everyone just assumes he's sad, because why else would he be that tired to want to sleep? You can improve someone's maths skills by approximately 6 months by electrically shocking their brain. I've seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I know that did not help his maths skills. It actually turned him into a vegetable. I feel like this is just a way to find people who are stupid enough to try this just to make them irrelevant. This is what humans have to look like in order to survive a car crash. Meet Graham, who has no neck, knees that bend in all directions, and extra fat to protect ears, nose, head, and ribs from fatal injuries. If I looked like this guy, and if I got into a car accident, it's probably because I'm trying to die. So if I do survive, please kill me. Research suggests that laziness is just a natural part of being a teenager and doesn't reflect bad behavior. I like how they're trying to reflect laziness as being a bad behavior instead of just laziness. And I also like how they show a grown-ass man in the picture. Like, I kind of feel like they're taking a shot at me here. In response to her husband's infidelity, a woman from Prague decided to commit suicide by jumping from a third-story balcony. By chance, she happened to land on her spouse below, cushioning her fall. She survived, but he died. I love how they're covering up a just masterpiece of an assassination with a suicide. I can imagine after this happens and the police and the ambulance show up and she's sitting down talking to him thinking she's going to go to jail for murder. And everybody's like, oh my gosh, I'm so, like, Isn't it kind of relieving that you survived your suicide attempt? I mean, it's sad that your husband died. And she's like, what? Suicide? Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was, yep. I mean, I got lucky on that suicide attempt, man. Yep. Good thing he was there. A woman was found in her London flat, skeletonized, after 3 years of being dead, with the TV still running. I find myself asking again, how is this possible? How could she be there for 3 years dead without anybody noticing anything? Like, there would be a bad smell, her rent would be due maybe, who's paying the electric bill? Like, there's so many questions about this. How is this possible? Does she have family that doesn't care about her but wants to make sure she could still watch TV, so they just paid her electric bill every month for 3 years without ever actually calling her to say hi? This is another scary one. This is going to be the last one. Ghosts, spirits, paranormal. These words have accompanied the existence of men since time unknown. The existence of paranormal elements have been felt by many, supported by many more, but no one has been able to find enough evidence to prove it. Some believe that there's a group of people like a secret society who just keep finishing all the evidences that ever existed or will in the future. What kind of secret society would do something like is it the Ghostbusters? Like, do they have some kind of radar that goes off whenever some kind of paranormal activity happens and they come and finish the evidences? What does it mean to finish an evidence? So now we have two secret societies to worry about. We have the Illuminati, and then we have the Finishing Evidence Paranormal Society group, who just goes around finishing evidences. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I hope you learned something today. If not, that's alright, because neither did I. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, please don't forget to subscribe and click the little bell icon so you get notified whenever I upload a video. And if you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and raise that thumb up high because you're happy and it's the best. And I'll see you guys next time.
I was trying to